There is a fundamental misunderstanding happening in the performance industry right now. Performers are being told to pursue surgical perfection to compete, creating a paradox where homogenized beauty standards actually increase your disposability. This introduces the central conflict: human authenticity versus artificial perfection. The very tools meant to secure your career are making you more replaceable, not less. This isn't just about aesthetics. It's a strategic miscalculation that plays directly into the hands of your competition, both human and artificial. The solution isn't to become more perfect. It's to become more human. Through our hybrid approach of functional neuroscience and Shin energy healing, to build what I call AI-proof charisma. To understand why you're being replaced, you must first understand the economic engine driving this decision. The performing arts industry operates on a model of short-term contracts and perpetual anxiety. You feel the pressure of the next audition, the next contract renewal, the need to remain relevant. This system thrives on disposability. Enter the virtual idol, the ultimate disposable performer. They are cost-effective, never get sick, never demand a higher fee, and are always compliant. They represent the logical endpoint of an economic model that values control and predictability over artistic contribution. But here's the critical and often missed connection. The current trend of extreme cosmetic procedures is creating the human equivalent of this disposability. Consider the economics of a commodity, like toilet paper. When every roll looks and feels identical and you have no preference for brand or thickness, your only decision-making criteria becomes price. You use your vouchers, wait for discount days, and choose the absolute cheapest option that meets the basic requirement. Homogeneity reduces any product to a mere commodity, valued only by its cost. This same principle applies to performance. When you erase your unique facial topography in pursuit of a homogenized, flawless look, you become an interchangeable asset. You are no longer a unique artist with a loyal fan base. You are a high-maintenance human who requires surgeons, recovery time, and carries the risk of a botched procedure, all to look nearly identical to the performer next to you. In the eyes of a label, you become a financial liability compared to a perfectly predictable digital asset. And that digital asset, the virtual idol, is the ultimate commodity. They don't age, complain, do exactly as programmed, and crucially, don't need to be paid. They are the cheapest, most compliant option in a marketplace where everyone looks the same. This pursuit of physical perfection also carries a severe neurological cost. The constant state of trying to maintain this image is incredibly draining. It pulls creative energy away from your art into a black hole of endless maintenance and pretense. This mental and emotional tax depletes the very resources you need to be a compelling, dynamic performer. You are spending your energy to become a less valuable commodity in the marketplace. If the economics favor the disposable, then your only sustainable advantage is to become indispensable. And that doesn't come from perfection. It comes from authentic connection. Human brains are not wired to connect with perfection. We are wired to connect with authenticity through the detection of micro-expressions. These fleeting, involuntary facial movements, lasting a fraction of a second, are the biological foundation of trust and empathy. They are controlled by the vagus nerve, which acts as a direct telegraph line between your emotional core and your facial muscles. It's this nerve that allows a fan to feel on a visceral level that your joy is real, your vulnerability is genuine, and that your performance is authentic. This is the biological transaction they are paying for. This is also where the cosmetic surgery trap becomes a neurological catastrophe. Many procedures, particularly extensive filler use, can severely dampen proprioception, your brain's internal map of your body. When the delicate feedback loops between your facial muscles and your brain are disrupted by foreign substances, your emotional signaling capacity is compromised. The micro-expressions that signal human are muted. Now, we've all seen the dead eyes effect that can result from excessive facial modification. This isn't just a subjective observation, it's a neurological reality. The face is no longer capable of transmitting the full nuanced spectrum of human emotion. The audience's mirror neurons have nothing to reflect, and the connection is broken. They might see something beautiful, but they cannot feel it. Therefore, the financial argument is clear. Human audiences pay for human connection, not perfection. They will pay to see a real person feel real emotions. A virtual idol can be programmed to sing a note perfectly, but it cannot be programmed to have a mother, to feel heartbreak, or to experience a moment of genuine awe. That is your territory, but you must be able to signal it. Your market value is directly tied to your ability to facilitate this biological handshake with your audience. To secure your career, you must transition from a survival mode of chasing perfection to a connection mode of leveraging your authentic biological advantage. The solution to this neurological shutdown is not more technology or more procedures. It is a fundamental rewiring of your operating system, from one of pretense and survival to one of authentic presence and connection. This is where the hybrid approach of functional neuroscience and Shin energy healing helps you book jobs. Functional neurology provides the framework for this rewiring. Its exercises are designed not as physical workouts, but as precise stimuli for the central nervous system. Their primary function is to increase what is termed neuronal load tolerance, your brain's capacity to process complex social and sensory information without collapsing into a stressed, frozen state. For a performer, this translates directly into the ability to book jobs. A stable nervous system is one that can access a full emotional palette on cue, maintain vocal consistency under pressure, and most critically, sustain the high-definition micro-expressions that signal authentic human connection to an audience. By systematically challenging and stabilizing neural pathways, these practices rebuild the biological infrastructure for reliable, compelling performance. The very foundation a casting director or producer instinctively recognizes and seeks. This neurological stabilization is then elevated by Shin energy healing, which addresses the energetic dimension of presence. The framework identifies specific energetic centers, like the one governing the trying to and pretense that fuels cosmetic conformity. When this energy is disharmonized, it manifests as chronic low-grade tension, the literal physical weight of carrying a manufactured persona. Shin energy healing practices work to harmonize these centers, not through mental effort, but by restoring the natural flow of life energy, or qi. This process quiets the internal chatter of performance anxiety and self-judgment, allowing your authentic state, your unforced charisma, and unique emotional signature to emanate without blockage. The result is a performer who is not trying to be interesting, but who is inherently compelling because their energy is coherent and their presence is undiluted by internal conflict. Together, this neuroscience meets Shin energy healing hybrid approach accomplishes the critical shift. Functional neuroscience strengthens the hardware of your nervous system for resilience and clear signaling. Shin energy healing optimizes the software by harmonizing the energy that runs through it, removing the parasitic programs of pretense and anxiety. This integration moves you from a state of frozen cosmetic conformity to one of fluid biological readiness for connection. It builds the authentic presence that makes you book jobs. The core principle is this: perfection is replaceable, authenticity is priceless. Your unique neural signature is your greatest professional asset. If you're interested in the course on building AI-proof charisma, comment jobs below. Your voice and your humanity are not separate instruments. Let's train them